The knock on the door came 4 days after Tony had gotten to Bend. It was late Friday night, and he was lounging in Joe Pellegrino's condo hot tub, his eyes closed, drinking a local microbrew and trying his best to soak away the pain from a crash he had taken while snowshoeing near Mount Bachelor earlier in the afternoon. His uncle Bruno had always told him to never answer the phone or the door after dark. No good news came at that time. Now the doorbell buzzed, and his dog finally jumped from its bed and plodded across the hardwood floor toward the commotion, stopping a few feet from the door in a pose that would have won him a championship at a dog show. Reluctantly, Tony got out, toweled off, and made his way to the door, the towel protecting his nakedness. Looking through the peephole, he saw Cliff Humphrey for the first time in person. Tony opened the door. Humphrey was a tall man in his early 50s, his gray Armani suit impeccable. "Mr. Caruso?" "Joe said you'd be here days ago," Tony said. "I've had some business in Portland," he said, and then he half smiled with his perfect bleached teeth. "May I come in?" Panzer growled, and Humphrey took a step backward. "Panzer, schlafen da!" The dog immediately followed Tony's order, patting back and laying down on its bed near the warmth of the gas fireplace. Tony assessed the man carefully. Humphrey's only imperfections were bloodshot eyes and an odor of alcohol about him. But considering his son had died recently, those were probably only temporary afflictions. "Come in," Tony said. Having the man sit down, Tony went into his bedroom and slipped on a pair of shorts. When he returned, Humphrey was still sitting where he put him, his hands folded across his lap as if he were praying. "Want a beer?" Humphrey didn't answer, so Tony took a seat across from him and waited. He had learned patience in the military, standing in line like Russians waiting for something that never came, or when it did come, it was never what you expected or wanted. "You know about my son's death recently," Humphrey finally said, his thin lips barely moving as he spoke. Tony's dark eyes sunk deep into the man across from him. "Joe told me about the murder-suicide over at the Cascade Peaks Estates. From what they say, your son blew the shit out of some perfectly good real estate." "Too harsh?" "Maybe." Seemingly unfazed, Humphrey got up and went to the balcony door, gazing across the dark 13th fairway at the lights of the city below. A cool breeze flowed through the sliding glass door, bringing the distinct smell of juniper with it. "That's the story the sheriff has spread to the media," Humphrey said over his shoulder. Tony got up and went to the refrigerator. "You want a beer?" he asked Humphrey again. When the man didn't look his way, Tony shrugged and opened a local microbrew, taking a healthy swig of India Pale Ale as he walked over to the man, the chill of night air bringing goosebumps to Tony's exposed skin.